Hello, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock class. This is a little tutorial video that you should watch maybe after you do this on your own. I'm going to ask you in the blog to go back to those workouts at Chess Kid because I'm not seeing enough of it being done. I can actually tell what you guys are doing on the site, but I think these are really helpful. So the one that I'm recommending this week in the update is for you to play with a bishop where your opponent has one extra pawn. So there is a hint. As you can see, the machine is telling me in words some advice or giving me advice to get my king in the game, advancing a pawn, not trading all the pawns, etc. I'm going to just ignore this for now. You should read yours and take a look at how I handled this position and keep in mind that there are several ways to win this. What is our advantage? We have an extra bishop. What does black have for the bishop? They have one pawn, this pawn here on a7. So we have to be careful that this doesn't become a queen, naturally. All right. Always good advice in the endgame. Centralize the king. Because without the king, you'll have no success in these endgames. Now, I'm going to play this move, bishop to a2. My idea is I want to walk my king in the game, but I want that pawn to move, which is going to create a position where he's opened up all of these light squares. Can you guys see that? All right, now I'm going to play another idea. I'm going to stop this from moving, and I'm going to see what black's move is. Now, one thing I have to be very careful about, I can't trade all of these pawns and leave myself with this rook pawn and my bishop. That happens to be a draw if this king could get to the queening square. But I can kind of see that hiding in the position, so I'm going to make sure that I won't fall for that. Centralize the king. Okay. This is the dream square for my king if I could get it there. All right, he doesn't want me to do that. And now, I don't know, what can we do to make progress? I want it to be his move, actually. You know what? I'm going to make a tempo move with my bishop just to see where this guy is going. Okay, he goes there. Looks good. I'm going to protect my pawn. This is a real important pawn for me. I want to keep one on f4. All right, he takes, I take. And now my job is to make sure this doesn't go anywhere and that I win this pawn. Now, how do I win it? First, I'm going to attack it. Notice the bishop does two things. It guards this square, so this guy can't become too dangerous, and it attacks this pawn. Okay, I'm going to push this pawn up, and I'll explain why in a minute. Wait for my opponent to move. Now, if he doesn't want to lose this pawn, he either has to move this or his king. Now I'm pushing here. Now, pay very close attention to the pawn formation that I made. Do you see that the black king has no way to get in over here because of the pawn setup? Okay, now we just win this pawn. Now, come here. He can't move this pawn. We just take it. So he's left to moving his king. Okay, looks pretty good. I'm going to give him a check. The idea is, now the machine doesn't like it because I think the machine is telling me I should just take this pawn, but I know that I can take the pawn anyway. I'm going to take the pawn. He's going to come after my bishop, and that's why he doesn't like that. Oh, look at that. He doesn't come after the bishop. Okay, I'm not sure why the machine doesn't like my moves. Sometimes it just says that. I'm really insulted because I think my moves are great. And the game is over. I'm just going to make a queen. If he comes after my bishop, which I'm waiting for him to do, I'm really thinking he should play. There it goes. Now I don't need the bishop other than to take this pawn. The game is over. So what I'm going to do is just retreat the bishop so the king can't bother it. And as soon as the king, as soon as black pushes the pawn, I'm just going to take it because I don't need it anymore. Now the king has no chance, and we just make a queen. it should really take our, it doesn't even want the bishop. Maybe it's programmed to have a better chance for stalemate, and I really shouldn't have to show the rest of this, right? Okay, so there's one example.